Because I'm doing a bunch of, like, Wes Craven reviews at the moment, I have been missing the hell out of bad movies. I just want to watch a bad shark movie. I just want to rewatch Thanksgiving. I want to watch some just terrible monster movie, but I can't because Wes Craven movies are good, and I can't escape them. That was until I found this one. Oh God.
Oh my God!
Hey. Awful. Vampire in Brooklyn is a 1995 horror comedy directed by Wes Craven and starring Eddie Murphy as like this kind of vampire guy that has come to Brooklyn to find this girl that is half person, half vampire, but she doesn't know it and she doesn't know Max. And somehow that all ties together in Eddie Murphy's head, and it's an actual plot that should happen. Also, why does the vampire sound Jamaican? It makes me so confused. Angela Bassett did an amazing job as Rita. I thought that she was just fantastic, especially in the emotional scenes that she had to do where she was running away or some sort of other physical pain. I thought she was great. Eddie Murphy was Eddie Murphy. He was Eddie Murphy! Like, he tried way too hard to be funny in some scenes, and it just made the second part of this movie weird, because the first half is really, like, all funny, meant to be funny, then the last half is meant to be all serious, and it's just weird. Like, he goes from being comedic to, oh, I'm gonna kill you, and I look like Uber Jason. Alan Payne plays Rita's partner, and he's actually really good. According to the IMDb page, his character's name is Detective Justice. Oh God, that would make sense. John Witherspoon, the dad from Friday, is a guy called Silas in this movie, and there's not much reason why he's there, but when he is there, it's quite funny. If you do like his comedy, him just flailing his arms around and going like, boy! And kind of just yelling, you will enjoy him in this movie. There were some things I liked about this movie though, believe it or not. I actually had a couple of laughs at the jokes that were meant to be there. I even liked some of the cheesy fight sequences and the puns that the vampires just drop in everywhere.
Quickest way to a woman's heart? Church.
It's actually through the ribcage, but that's a bit messy.
I really liked the character of Julius. Now Julius is the vampire's kind of god. I don't know what to call him. What do you call him? Assistant. I loved the scenes where random body parts of his would just fall off because he's becoming a ghoul or something. The vampires turn him into a ghost guy, zombie, and he like slowly deteriorates through the movie. I liked the little puns that he threw in there. I thought the scenes were funny and he was actually a pretty good actor. Now to the things I didn't like about this movie. Ha! So many pages. For one, the plot holes. We're also never given a clear explanation where Max the vampire is from. We're just kind of given him there. He travels there on a ship and crashes it into a house, which poorly introduces a couple of characters that even though I liked, I didn't understand. I'm like, what is happening? Why does Max sound Jamaican? When and where is he from for him to have a Jamaican accent and to dress like a pimp a lot? I don't understand. Like, what? I need some more backstory. Spicy meatball. Also, in the beginning of the movie, we have a scene where we see Max's shadow turn from, like, a panther into a person/vampire, but he never uses this power again in the entire film. Like, yes, you can say that he did because he turned into other people, like the priest or this guy named Guido, but yeah, not really. He doesn't really turn into a panther again. Would have been pretty neat in some scenes, but doesn't happen. Before I say this next thing, I do want to say that I do like Eddie Murphy. Like, I grew up with his stuff like The Haunted Mansion and Daddy Daycare, but some of the jokes in here were a little bit flat. I even like some of his stand-up stuff. I mean, once you get past the homophobic and plain sexist stuff, you can find some nice jokes. But, I don't know, some of the stuff in here was just like, why does it exist? For example, this scene. Women. That have to be in there? Like, it's... Why? It's not that funny. Plus, it's in the trailer. I also didn't like the ending. It kind of confused me. Rita just grabs a stake and stabs Max through the heart even though she's turned into a vampire, and we don't see her turn back into a human. Like, she's still a vampire, she still craves blood. Does that happen? Or was there a magic spell? Was there a magic spell in a light? Oh, Max is dead, looks like I'm not a vampire anymore. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Also, the kind of cliffhanger / setup for a sequel at the end that never happened was just, I don't know, I'm kind of glad that the sequel never happened, is what I'm gonna say. This movie is something. I wouldn't recommend it just on the base that there are plenty of better, worse movies out there. Seriously, watch something like Thanksgiving, even Sand Sharks. Something like that is more entertaining and you will laugh more than you will laugh in this. I don't know. The directing is great, some of the scenes are actually really well shot and well thought out, but the comedy, for the most part, failed. And that's why it doesn't get my seal of approval, and it gets a 5 out of 10. It's decent. If you have to spend money on it, even like $2, don't bother. Have you guys seen this movie? What did you think? Do you have any other sort of Wes Craven movies that you want me to review? Scream is coming. Just by the way, it is coming, I'm just polishing up the review. Or do you have any other sort of movie recommendations that you want me to do outside of this week? I would love to hear them. I read every single comment, because honestly, why wouldn't I? I don't get a lot of them. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and happy watching!